Wilson Combat EDC 9, 1911 9mm carry-sized pistol with a 4-inch barrel. Somewhere in the $3,700 range, so it's not the bargain bin carry option for a lot of folks. And I want to thank my good friends at Firing Distance in Bridgeville, Delaware for making this available to me to do this review for you. I'm going to get started by putting some rounds at some steel. That's a Tactical AR-500 target provided by Tactical AR-500, and it is about 11 yards downrange. The sights are fantastic on this gun. Bright green fiber optic, blacked out Wilson combat sight. Battle sight they call it, and it is a nice one. Excellent trigger, beautiful grip, and nice skin grabbing texture. And this incredible fluted barrel, coned and bull barrel. There's not much not to like about this gun, except that it's too expensive for me. That's what I don't like about it. Sweet, sweet. No wonder people pay so much money for these things. Okay, here are the numbers on the EDC 9 Compact. This is the 9mm variety. That's the only way this gun comes, to my knowledge. It's got a 4-inch barrel. The overall length of the pistol is 7.6 inches. That gives us a sight radius of 5.6 inches. The height of the gun is 5.1 inches. The width, 1.3 inches, and the weight with an empty magazine is 38 ounces. The barrel is stainless steel. It's a cone barrel, bushingless, with a flush-cut reverse crown. Quite beautiful and very functional. There's also a fluted chamber in addition to a full fluted barrel that helps flush dirt and debris out and keep your oil and lubricant handy. The grips are the beautiful Wilson Combat designed Starburst grips. They are black G10. They are very aggressive and comfortable, and of course we've got those attractive pewter medallions for Wilson Combat. Like most Wilson Combat 1911s, there is a countersunk slide stop. Another number that you might be interested in, and I hope it doesn't make you click off the video, is the MSRP. MSRP on this pistol is $36.95, so this is not, hopefully, an impulse buy item. This is something you think about, save for, plan for, and order. So why would you spend somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,700 for a 4-inch 1911 chambered in 9mm? Well, some people will do it just because it says Wilson Combat right there on the slide. There are definitely fanboys that will pay the money just for the brand, and that's okay. Every brand has them, and every brand in some way or another has earned their customer base. But what are the elements, what are the properties or qualities that make this gun fetch that kind of price? Because they do sell. They sell quite well for those prices. Well, the first thing is just the overall fit and finish. You pick this gun up and you hold it, and you can tell that it was very well made from top materials. Each person in the line cared about what they were doing. They took their job seriously. They did it with pride. That means a lot. You don't see any kind of tool marks anywhere. You don't see any blemishes in the finish. You don't see any kind of lines or scratches anywhere in the gun. It is just exquisite. And it is fit together beautiful. It is, after all, a custom gun, or at least a pseudo custom gun. It has the X-Tac cocking serrations on the slide, has them in the front and has them in the rear. They are very nice. They're attractive, but they also provide excellent grip. It also has that X-Tac front strap and mainspring housing. Checkering, for lack of a better word, although it almost kind of looks like a snake skin. But it is very, very grippy. I like it a lot. I like the way it feels. It gives you excellent hold of the gun without digging into your skin like some very aggressive traditional checkering can do. Looks great along with this Starburst G10 grip. Of course, we have the countersunk slide stop, slide release, and we have the little bit oversized magazine release button. Very, very nicely tuned. It works very well. This is a tactical style gun, so we do have a rail out front for your accessories. The sights are Wilson Combat rear U-notch blacked out sight. That is their battle sight. Front is green fiber optic, very fine point. I like this sight picture. I like this set of sights a whole lot. Lightweight skeletonized hammer. Hammer spring seems to be tuned very well for this gun because it works fairly lightly, but also has certainly enough power to get the job done. The trigger is fantastic. I believe this is an aluminum body trigger. It's a full face trigger. There are no holes of any kind. It does have a stop adjustment set screw in it. Seems to be well tuned right out of the box. It is light and crisp, something I'll measure later. Magwell is excellent. Makes a big nice funnel to get your magazine in, and it is fit beautifully. You cannot even feel the seam where the magwell joins the butt of the pistol. Has a round butt cut. Serrations along the top to keep the glare down. They are 30 lines per inch, I believe, and they are very nice. Keep the glare off your sights and provide a very attractive aesthetic for the pistol. Gun is fairly well dehorned. There are some right angles and some sharp edges on it out front, but for the most part, it's pretty well dehorned. The controls are nicely rounded, especially the safeties and the slide stop. This one does not have ambidextrous safety. It is a right-handers only handgun, the way it's configured. Well, the name EDC suggests everyday carry. That means this gun was made for carrying. If it was made for carrying, it was made for shooting. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to shoot it. When you buy a Wilson Combat handgun, you're not just paying for an external pretty face. You're paying for an internal pretty face as well. That's right. Beauty runs more than skin deep on a Wilson Combat, and part of what you're looking at is just quality materials, but you're also looking at quality workmanship, beautiful engineering and design, the way the parts all fit together. Each one of them hand numbered, each one of them hand fit. Everything is exactly to specification. Everything is beautifully finished. There are no burrs, there are no tool marks or lines of any kind inside. Everything is exactly what you would expect for a gun in this price range. My favorite feature for the EDC-9 has to be this barrel. The coned bushingless end. The fact that the entire barrel is fluted is awesome. It is definitely a big, heavy barrel. Remember, this would be a heavy looking barrel for a 45. This is a 9mm. And that wonderful reverse cut crown, that is awesome. It is like a big funnel. Beautiful, well-polished feed ramp, and of course, Wilson Combat's doing it the right way. They've got the feed ramp as part of the barrel and chamber, the way it should be for a 9mm. All right, let's put a few groups on, or maybe hopefully one big group that's just a single hole on some paper, also 11 yards downrange, and this is Sig Sauer Elite Performance 147 grain ball ammo. No idea what that was about. Let's try that again. Magazines are 9 rounds each. Of course, they are Wilson Combat magazines. All right, one more time. Still seeing too much orange down there. This gun is really nicely balanced for a short barrel gun like it is. Super crisp trigger. I'll get a measurement on this. Nice. Very, very nice. Texture on the back and front straps. Just keep your hands exactly planted just where you put it. I find myself not having to adjust my grip much at all while I'm shooting. So that is a huge plus because I tend to do that a lot. Wilson Combat tells us between 3.5 and 4.5 pounds. Let's see what the Lyman digital gauge tells us. Pulling straight back, 4 pounds, 3.2 ounces. £3 pounds, 14 ounces. And third time's a charm. £4 and 1.4 ounces. Average, just a hair over 4 pounds even. So right in the middle of what they claim, which is a good place to be. And it is a very nice trigger. Very crisp, very light. No grit, of course. No over travel, although there is an adjustment screw if you want to adjust your stop. Excellent reset and beautiful. Okay, special thanks again to Firing Distance for access to this beautiful handgun and the ability to test it out and bring it to you. Also thanks to Sig Sauer Ammo for providing some of the ammunition used in this video. So why would you spend $4,000 on a carry gun, right? I mean, when you look at the price tag on this one it's not quite 4K, it's about $3,700, and depending on how you have it configured, it may be 100 more or 100 less than that. But it's certainly an expensive gun, especially if it's something you're considering, you know, kind of batting around all day inside the waistband or outside the waistband. Well, I kind of think of it this way. There's guys out there that will spend thousands of dollars on a wristwatch, whereas I am perfectly happy with a $40 Timex off of Amazon.com. And there are people out there who will spend a lot of money on cars. Well, you know, I'm guilty as charged there, I guess, too, a little bit. But bottom line is you put your money where you want to, and you put your money on the things that hold value to you. And so it's no different, absolutely no different with guns. So I don't have any problem with the concept of spending this kind of money on a gun. The question really is, does this gun command that value? Is it worth it? And what do you get for it? So I will say, after considerable shooting this gun, and just one anomaly where it, for whatever reason, one round didn't want to feed, and that cleared up real quick and never had another hiccup. So I'll discard that one anomaly and tell you that this thing just shot absolutely wonderfully. It was like butter. And it is just a joy to shoot. It's easy to hold on target. It handles the recoil extremely well because you got that big bull barrel out there. Very well balanced. The sight picture is fantastic. It's just, I shot it well, and if I shoot a gun well, that's a testament to the gun, believe me, not me. I found it to be incredibly accurate. I didn't do any kind of fancy testing with it or anything like that, but I found it for my shooting, I found it to be very, very accurate. I have no doubt that this gun is capable of the guarantee that Wilson Combat makes. Wilson Combat guarantees 1.5 inch group accuracy at 25 yards, and I do not doubt that. I think with the right rest and finding a load that it really likes, and probably almost any load, I think this gun is very capable of that, and very likely even better. It tames the recoil nicely, as I said. It was just a joy to shoot. I could run a magazine through this gun in just a couple of seconds, you know, shooting as rapidly as I could and put all of those hits, not in a pretty group, but all of those hits on my target. I did have the opportunity while I was testing this gun to have an extra pair of hands with me at the range. That's always a rare occurrence for me, so I was able to get a little bit of different footage, having an actual cameraman that I could put to work. And it also gave me an opportunity to let me be the cameraman showing somebody else shooting the gun. It's also a benefit too for me to be able to get someone else's opinion shooting the same gun on the same day and just see if they are getting different feedback than I am. And in this case, it was pretty well unanimous between the two of us that this gun is a sweet shooter. We definitely agreed how smooth it is and how accurate it is, just how easy it is to shoot well. Bottom line, if you've got $4,000 or close to $4,000 burning a hole in your pocket, or you're willing to save, or you're willing to, you know, invest in whatever way, and you want possibly one of the very best carry guns money can buy, this one needs to be on your list. You definitely should look at it. $4,000 here, $3,700 here. What do you think I ought to do with them?